Carlism, ever heard of it? Well, you know about the Jacobites in Great Britain, right? Who fought against the German Hanovers to try and put the Stuarts back on the throne? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the story of the Spanish Jacobites, the Carlists. Let's go back to 1833. The King of Spain was Fernando VII, who, even though he had a daughter, Isabel, the heir to the throne was originally supposed to be his younger brother Carlos, because in Spain there was a law in place called the Salic law, which didn't allow women to inherit the throne. But on his deathbed, King Fernando pretty much said, "What law? I'm the king, I can do whatever I want." He was a bit of an absolutist, and abolished the Salic law, naming his daughter Isabel as his successor. As you could imagine, this started a right royal feud, not just within the family, but also between the more liberal supporters of young Isabel, who was only 3 years old at the time, with her mother acting as regent, and the more traditionalist, ultra-Catholic supporters of Isabel's uncle, Carlos. The liberals wanted a parliamentary monarchy in Spain, with a constitution regulating everything. Carlos, on the other hand, was having absolutely none of that. He wanted an absolute monarchy in Spain, with the Catholic Church at the centre of it all. His supporters would use the flag of the old Spanish Empire, the Cross of Burgundy. They were going back to the roots. The supporters of Carlos, the Carlists, stood out because of their use of red berets, or boinas, because most of the Carlists were from the Basque country and from Navarra, regions where the wearing of the red beret was customary. So why was it that most Carlists were from up north? Well, the answer's simple really. Carlos had promised them the protection of their legal privileges, or fueros. Their motto? Dios, Patria y Rey. God, country, and king. More specifically, their king. This of course led to a long, bloody civil war which started in 1833 and lasted until 1840. And even though the Carlists lost that conflict, the movement carried on being a pest for the liberals throughout the remainder of the 1800s, with a second and third Carlist war happening later on, although they were shorter and nowhere near as dramatic or violent as the first. Even though it's not really an active movement anymore, being considered more of a historical ideology, if anybody ever rocks up to you with a red beret and a Cross of Burgundy flag, watch out, there's a Carlist about.